Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Alienware Arena North American Winter Grand Finals. We've got a best-of-3 series here between Eosin +4 and Maut. Thanks for joining us, guys. My name is Maut. Thanks for joining us here on Neo Dota. I'm really excited about this game. This is actually a really interesting matchup for a couple of reasons. Number one, I've watched both of these teams considerably. They're both near and dear to my hearts, and they're both really great teams, and they really promote a lot of the North American amateur scene, which is great. They've been in a ton of tournaments. The cool thing is that I've actually never really seen them play, and I was like Google searching and browsing and just trying to see if they had played each other in an actual matchup, and I can't find any results from any matchup that they might have played together, so I'm not sure if they have or not. I'll ask one of the players eventually, but it's important to note that these are two teams that are pretty active in the North American community, and the fact that they're playing each other right now is actually pretty exciting to me. So looking forward to it, guys. Looking forward to bringing you this best-of-3 series. Let's remember that there's actually $1,000 on the line for first prize. Second is going to be $500, so actually a decent bit of money on the line right now. And these teams are no stranger to getting into the money, of course. They place very high in tournaments like the GameCom Plantronics tournaments. Of course, there's plenty of other tournaments around there as well. Thank you for Alienware for putting this on. You can check out the Alienware Arena website at alienwarearena.com. You can also check out Sevo, as they are helping coordinate this, I believe. And they are just finishing up their Season 1. They're getting into the playoffs right now. Season 2 will be underway shortly thereafter. So check them out at sevo.com, cevo.com. So good stuff. Already getting into the picks and bans real quick. We got My Intent with the Nyx Assassin ban. Bat Rider as well, banned out from Eosin +4. Now, let's take a second and talk about a few things, okay? 6.77C just hit a few hours ago, I believe, and that means there are a few parity changes. Nyx Assassin, we're not going to see this game, but he did get his Spike Carapace nerfed just a little bit, just slightly. And, of course, Kodal nerfed as well. The two big hero nerfs were those guys. Kodal, of course, receiving an Illuminate AoE nerf, as well as the mana cost scaling a little bit. And Tranquil Boots as well got a little bit of a nerf. So we'll see how that affects certain heroes, how it affects the carries. Most of the time, we're not going to see a lot of supports pick those up, as I think the guys on Mad were talking about on Monday. Usually you see carries like the Phantom Lancer, like the Luna, go for those boots and just try to stay in lane a little bit longer, try to get your regen going. Tranquil Boots got nerfed a little bit. The heal duration was increased. The heal itself was increased, but the cooldown was increased as well, I believe. Kodal will be the first pickup here from My Intent, so despite the nerfs, they're not afraid to pick him up. And I'm thinking about how big of a nerf this really is to this hero, and 50 doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it could be a decent amount, and the fact that the Illuminate does scale is also important to note as well. So we'll see how they do handle it this game, the Kodal, of course. Two picks going to come out from Eosin +4. They're going to get the Dark Seer, the first pick here. And we'll see something else in just a moment. So, talking about these teams, Eosin +4, they run pretty standard lineups. They go for crazy stuff here and there occasionally. I've seen them do Storm Spirit Wisp combos and things of that nature. Just some cool stuff. My Intent, the interesting thing to note about them is that Chicken MC, Mike Chan, usually doesn't play the type of carries that I think most people are used to when they see, competitive games. I've seen him go different, way different carries, like Sniper, heroes that you don't necessarily consider to be the top end of carries, and it makes it work. So we'll see if either team goes for something strange, if they decide to go for, anything different here. The Lone Druid's going to be picked up from Eosin +4. My Intent has two pickups of their own. So already a decent amount of pushing power from, of course, those two heroes on the side of Eosin +4. They have the Dark Seer. Get that Iron Shell going, get some damage. You put the Iron Shell on the Lone Druid's bear, and it could just dish out a lot of damage as well. And get that siege going on that tower, and you'll be in a good position. Gyrocopter and Lifestealer picked up here from My Intent, so they could be running Gyrocopter as a support, or conversely, they can send him mid. He's a great mid hero with Lifestealer as well. They'll be dishing out a lot of early game damage here, so they've got a great early game lineup here. Not necessarily, they've got a lot of counter push to Eosin +4's push right now. They have, of course, the Illuminate from the Keeper of the Light. The problem is that that bear will be tanking up a lot of the tower. Tinker to get picked up here from Eosin +4. Very surprising pick. Did not expect to see that. And just a hero that's really great for just getting to the lanes. Once you get those boots to travel, just TP around the map. Get, of course, that just get that mobility going. He can also contribute to ganks, depending on what you decide to build him. 90% of the time, I think Tinkers get built March the Machine build now. Most people just pick March up first, but they can go for Laser and Rockets if they decide to go down that route. I'm gonna jump into the ban phase again. So, how you guys doing tonight? You doing all right? I hope everybody's having an excellent night here. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
10 seconds remaining.
So a North American game for once in a while is nice to have. Best of 3 series, by the way,
remaining.
so potential 3 matches, and I'm really looking forward to it, I gotta say. I haven't cast in quite some time. Been taking a break, been focusing on other things, but it's always nice to get in and cast, especially these 2 teams. I mean, this is a great matchup. This is something that, like, you know, really looking forward to. And we'll see how it does turn out. 1 minute left on reserve time for my intent, 109 for Eosin +4, so looking at what everybody has right now, you've got the Darkseer, the Lone Druid, and the Tinker. So Eosin +4 has got sort of an interesting lineup. You can send, I mean, they can send some heroes in some different locations here. I mean, Tinker probably will go mid, I'd imagine. You probably send Darkseer into a side lane, I'd imagine, but then you put a Lone Druid with a hero, which is interesting because that usually doesn't happen too often, but certainly could work. Usually you give that Lone Druid maybe the solo safe lane farm if you can give it to him, but we'll have to see how this ban phase goes, and of course the next few picks before we can really make a decision here. Keeper of the Light, Gyrocopter, and Lifestealer. Like I already talked about, Lifestealer and Keeper of the Light should probably lane together. They could throw Gyrocopter in there if they want. They can send him mid. He's an excellent mid hero. Still a very good hero. There was no nerfs given to him, neither him nor PL. So, but I think they'll wait till the next big patch to really dish out any big nerfs. Not if they deserve them. I'm not sure if they will. So. I'm looking at the bans here real quick. Shadow Demon banned out from Eosin +4. Rubik on the side of my intent.
Remaining.
Make sure there's no steals going on.
5
Call down and illuminate. Very
remaining.
nice to steal if you can get it.
Dire team banned.
Bane's going to get banned real quick. So just getting rid of the supports, getting rid of the lockdown. Bane very good. Against Lifesteal, of course, got that Fiend's Grip, goes through that magic community. Really nice to have. So lockdown is the key here. And we'll have to see what they decide to pick up on the side of Eosin +4. They definitely could use some supports right now. They could, I mean, their lanes are a little bit interesting to me right now, but we'll see how they decide to lane it here. And Mine 10, of course, will have their next ban in just a moment. So the Lifestealer, I think, at this point, and the Gyrocopter, if they decide to send them mid, there's a lot of damage, a lot of mid-game aggression here. I mean, Call Down is just so nice to have. You get that in conjunction with, you know, a nice Illuminate. You could deal a lot of magic damage here on out. And I don't know if Eosin +4 is going to want to pick up any BKBs on any of these heroes. I highly doubt it.
5 seconds remaining.
A Cloak into a Hood, probably into a Pipe would certainly be nice for Eosin +4 just because of the magic damage coming out. And the aggression from Rocket Barrage as well. Mine 10 can play pretty aggressive with these 3 heroes specifically. Keep the Light a little bit squishier, so he's got to get back. But of course, with those Illuminates, if you hit them, you could do a lot of damage there. The ban coming out is going to be Leshrac. Got one more ban going to come out from Eosin +4. Then we're going to jump into the game. Should be a fun one. Waiting on the next ban here in just a moment. So they banned out the support and the Shadow Demon. They banned out perhaps a mid-hero, of course, in that Brewmaster. I think they're thinking about where they're going to send Gyrocopter just as much. They're going to ban another support, the Chen this time around. Definitely a good decision there, I think. I think if you throw the Lifestealer and Keep the Light in a dual lane, you're pretty okay. You're pretty safe, especially if you have that Chen. Keep the Light can deal some damage with that Illuminate. Lifestealer is, you know, pretty tanky, and he's got pretty decent regen, of course, so we'll have to see where they decide to throw that Gyrocopter is, I think, the interesting point for me right now. Do they want to send him mid? Do they want to throw him as a support? And I think that's why the Brewmaster ban came out from Eosin +4, on top of the fact that it's just a good hero, especially against the heroes they've got right now.
Reserve time.
33 seconds left, of course, on the reserve time for MYI. So I'd imagine that Chicken MC will play the Lifestealer. Maybe. They might switch roles around. We'll see if he wants to go Gyrocopter. There's plenty of time here, of course. 20 seconds of reserve time. Actually, I got to pick something soon. Running out of time right now. So they ban out the support with the Leshrac here. Make sure they get rid of that stun, of course. Splitter's so nice to have. Edict for pushing towers as well. They already have a pretty decent pushing lineup. You've got the March, you've got the Iron Shell, you've got the Lone Druid's Bear, who will just go and just siege that tower. Dirge going to come out for Mine 10, so now it's looking more like an aggressive trialing than anything. Gyrocopter probably will get sent mid or maybe solo safe lane if they want to do that. That's certainly an option for them. But yeah, when you see that Undying pickup, you generally think aggressive trialing. You can do defensive, but I think you're wasting a little bit of potential with that hero unless you go aggressive. And with the Lifestealer as well, it's going to be a lot of damage early on. And it's kind of like your old faithful lineup. I mean, like, It's run a lot, but for good reason.
10
It's just a good
seconds
lineup. I
remaining.
mean, you got the on-9, you got the Lifestealer, you get that Illuminate from the Keep of the Light. It's a lot of damage.
5
Lifestealer, of
seconds
course, with open
remaining.
wounds, chasing potentials there. Decay is going to be flying out rampantly. Tombstone for slowing as well. 108 left on reserve time for Eosin +4, and this is going to be the interesting pickup for me. I want to see what they want to pick up here. It's got to be a support, I'd imagine. There's really not too many supports left in the pool, which, you know, was not surprising considering what they drafted in the first part of the draft stage. All the supports got taken away, but they're going to go for Lina, which is certainly a good pickup, I think, for a couple reasons. The one problem here is that there's no real setup stun, and they can get they can get, you know, a hero with a setup stun, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult to hit that Light Strike array. Laguna Blade, if you can get to level 6 pretty quickly, is going to be nice to have. It'll be able to stop a lot of aggression as well because of that nuke damage she's got with Dragon Slave, with the Light Strike array. We'll see if they decide to go for a setup stun, maybe a slow. I mean, Venomancer is available, and they're going to go for Storm Spirit on the side of my intent, so I'm assuming it's going to be solo safe lane Storm mid gyro. That's what I'm thinking, but you can switch those two around, and it's the same thing. Depends on who's laning against it, but yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing when we get into the game. Who's going to go where exactly? So we'll keep our eyes peeled. I'm excited. That lineup's done. Eosin +4. They've got plenty of reserve time, 54 seconds, so they're going to take their time here, think about what they want to go for. They've got that Lina. Probably need to pick up another support here. Tinker will probably go mid, I'd imagine, or you can go Ancients or something like that.
Reserve time.
I'm not going to know until we get into the game, to be honest with you. They're going to pick up Earthshaker, though, on the side of Eosin +4. So, very interesting pickup for them. A hero that works really well in a bunch of different situations. I've seen Morgak play it before. He actually went like a carry Earthshaker build, I think, the last time I saw him play it, and he just went to town. He had like crit people with his Enchant Totem. It was disgusting. I'm just like, stop. So we're going to jump into the game in just a second. Thank you for joining us here on, of course, Neo Dota for the Alienware Arena North American Winter Grand Finals. Best of 3 series. This is game number 1. Someone has the special Lina set. It's Ham Sandwich, actually. So, of course, Ham Sandwich from Join Dota. Filling in for Eosin +4. Very excited to see how they play, as well as my intent. Both teams, staples of the North American community. Once again, I'm Maut. Thanks for joining us.
10 seconds remaining.
And just waiting on
5
one person from
seconds
MYI to jump into the
remaining.
game. It's going to be Orbit. There we go. So here we go. Introductions, real quick. On the side of Eosin +4, we've got Rorgok on the Earthshaker. Was just talking about that. Eosin will be on the Lone Druid. Guanzo is going to be on the Darkseer. Kobacha will be on the Tinker, also known as 04. And Ham Sandwich will be out on the Lina. Meanwhile, on the side of MYI, we're going to see Lopert on the Keeper of the Light. Incarnate will be on the Lifestealer. Jamie D will be on the Undying. Chicken MC on the Storm Spirit. And to finish it off, Orbit will be on the Gyro. Or did I say that already? Regardless, looks like we're going to see some early aggression coming out from MY. They're going to go into their own jungle and just look around, just make sure nothing's happening here. Meanwhile, going top is the side of Eosin +4. They're going to do the same thing, roam around, just try to make sure there's no aggression coming out in their jungle. Get under that that tier 2 tower. That's such a nice set. Your hair's on fire. I wish my hair was on fire. So I'm waiting to see how they're going to lane this right now, and MYI does the smart thing, actually. They went, and I think they might have already checked the Roche pit. I'd be very surprised if they didn't, especially with the kind of lineup that Eosin +4 has. It'd be difficult to Roche with the lineup that they have, but certainly plausible. And that Panda Spear Bear is going to scout things out here in the top lane. He's got a Ring of Protection and Stout Shield. Let's check some starting items here. Ward's up for Lopert right now. He's going to be the ward boy here. Not a surprise there. Chicken MC just going for that really greedy, trying to get that early bottle build, but should work well for him. It's going to be an aggressive tri-lane, it looks like, with Jamie D up here. He's going to have wards on his own self. You're going to see Incarnate up on the Lifestealer, and of course, Orbit is actually going to be blocking mid, so they're going to throw... They're going to throw the Storm Spirit into the bottom lane. He does pick up a double damage. This will allow him to have a pretty good last hitting time early on. I do have the last hitting chart up. We'll be able to look at that throughout the game. Guanzo's going to go down here. He'll have the solo suicide lane. Mid, we're going to see the Tinker right now roaming through as well. We're going to see the Lina here, maybe looking for an early gank, perhaps not. Roaming up to the top lane. We already talked about this tri-lane. So it's going to be tri-lane versus tri-lane potentially here with, of course, Eosin on this Syllabear. It's something that it's a little bit surprising to see. The bear, of course, does pretty well in safe lanes and solo lanes, and just don't see him with too many lane partners, but They're going to go for a tri-lane right now. Lena's going to spot out Jamie D. They're just going to look at each other and ping each other out and just throw some aggression. Ham's going to try to chain pull this here. He should do an okay job. Or actually just try to stack it. Nope. Jamie D will deny the stack smartly. Nice job from him. So there's going to be a whole lot of dancing around. They're going to go for a decay on Ham. He's going to try to back off. He's got his Light Strike Ray. Not going to chase any further. And he actually went Feast first, so they didn't want to chase any further than that. If he had open wounds, they might have went for a kill, but not the case there. Guanzo, in the meantime, down here in the bottom lane, 4 last hits for him. He's doing well. 5 for Eosin up at the top lane. Meanwhile, Decay going and Ham Sandwich taking a bit of damage. There's going to be Fisher going on to low per right now. He's taking quite a bit of damage as well, but he'll be fine. He's got plenty of regen available, and Ham going to let that Decay fall off. He'll get back up to full health when those do fall off. But they're just going to try to be aggressive on the side of my intent. That's what you got to be doing here. But Eosin's already getting decent farm. Still early on, so, you know, once the wave pushes back, it'll be interesting to see how everything goes. Of course, there is this ward here, but it does get immediately counter-warded from Ham as it was placed in this spot. Sometimes you like placing it here or even here occasionally. Works well. Orbit in the mid lane right now sitting at 5 last hits. Tinker sitting at 6, so... And this laser is going to fly. Laser is a nice pickup here. It's going to make it harder for Orbit to last hit early on, and that's something that you need to keep in mind. And Jamie D wants to be aggressive. He certainly can be with that Decay. He's sitting at level 1 only. Both supports also at level 1 on the side of Eosin +4. Meanwhile, cutting off the creep wave is Guanzo in the bottom lane. Surprised that he's doing this this early. Meanwhile, Light Strike Array top lane. There's going to be Fisher as well. Some damage going. Incarnate, he's got open wounds. Already used it on Ham. Orbit does roam through right now. He's going to try to pick up this kill on Rorgok. This might be first blood, and it will with Decay. Jamie D picks it up. Nice job there. Meanwhile, Eosin caught out a little bit, but I'm not sure if they're going to continue to go here. Incarnate has open wounds in 3. Will he go for anything is the question. Doesn't look like it. So 1-0 for my intent. Nice roam through with Orbit, getting that haste room, and just going up and rocket barrage and taking down that kill. Of course, Jamie D getting it with the Decay. Nice job there. He's got Tombstone up. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Guanzo's going to dive the tower with, of course, his Ion Shell as well as his Surge. TP coming out with the buyback. Chicken MC wants this kill. Will he get it? Surge? No, he cannot. He cannot catch him. Even only level 1 Surge cannot catch him. He's still too quick. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Orbit continuing to try to get last hits right now. So 1 for 1. First blood did go to my intent, but then another kill picked up immediately afterward. Guanzo's already back up to full almost, and Chicken MC is going to just try to punish him a little bit with right-click damage. Meanwhile, Tinker getting killed in the mid lane as I did not see Rorgok rotate through. Nice Fisher there blocking off this path here, as you can see. So very nice rotation coming in from Rorgok. He'll head back up to the top lane right now. Eosin sitting very far back behind this tower. Incarnate looking to go. Decay might fly. Open wounds is not available yet. He needs to get into range. There's the Tombstone right now. Light Strike Array hitting on 2. Nice job from Ham. And that should end the aggression. But they're just going to push back and just try to push this tower as quickly as possible. And they're doing a good job of it, but there will kill that. Eosin will pick up the Tombstone gold. Very nice for him. So 1-2 the score. Last hits, Chicken MC is actually leading the way despite his early death. Eosin sitting at 16 as well as the Tinker and the Darkseer. So Eosin +4 leading the last hit chart, but still rather early, 4 minutes into the game. So picking up 1 Marching Machine, 1 Missile, 3 into Laser. And that's the build for the Tinker right now. He's got 400 gold. He's going to try to get those quick bots roaming around. We do see 2 heroes here trying to go on a low port. So Fisher as well as the Light Strike Array available. I'm not going to go for it though. Eliminate flying out. Trying to hit. Not going to happen. Once again, Guanzo cutting off this creep wave. Open wounds going out of Ham Sandwich. Fisher going to block it off. Rage available. Nice Light Strike Array. Rage in time though. Ham Sandwich. Dragon Slave. Doing a lot of damage. Decay will get the kill. However, Jamie D might fall for this. Rorgok taking a lot of damage as well. Incarnate dishing out though. He's going to try to go to the creeps, maybe deny himself or cut a path through the tree. Will not deny himself. Lopert gets the kill. Nice job there. Eosin now. He's in trouble. There's the Chakra Magic. Open wounds available in 2 seconds. Won't chase though. So Incarnate will get out. Lopert, however, may not be so lucky. Open wounds will go, but Lopert will go down to the bear. Light Strike Ray will fly. Rage available. Eosin taking a bit of damage. Incarnate can't chase though. Open wounds is gone. Jamie D still here. Can decay again in just 2 seconds, but a lot of trading going on at 5 minutes in the game, and well, Incarnate getting a few assists there. No kills, but still provides him a bit of gold. Nice job there. Eosin didn't go down either, though, so that's an important thing to keep in mind. Chicken MC, meanwhile, in the bottom lane, sitting at 28 last hits. He's doing well for himself. Mid lane, Orbit. He's got boots. Bottle. Good. What about the Tinker, though? As I try to click on him. Boots and Bottle. So next he should be finishing up a Magic Wand or an Old Talisman, maybe into bots, or just finish up the bots right away if he can get enough farm. So we'll have to see what does happen. Checking out the graphs real quick. 1,000 experience going for Eosin right now, as well as 200 gold. So the gold advantage, really not an advantage, more so It's pretty much even at this point in time, but the XP graph 1000 is pretty nice to have early on, so we'll see if that does stay the way that it is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Guanzo getting chased after here. 1 point in Surge. He's actually kind of low, tanking that creep wave up. Chicken MC, using his static remnant wisely, of course. Pretty smart build there. Illuminate's going to fly out. Oh, and just barely hits Ham, and it does so much damage when it gets leveled up. It's only level 2, and that just shows you Ham doesn't have a whole lot of anything really. He's got his salve and sentry wards as well. Has enough to buy boots if he wants to. We'll see what they do. Wards are up on the map, as you can see, right around these two areas. They're actually going to run out. This is 6:30, so it is nighttime right now. They need to get those wards back up. Both teams do as well. This ward getting put down pretty close. Illuminate's going to fly hit Rorgak right in the face, and Eosin will continue to try to last hit. 24 last hits for him, sitting on 675 gold. Bear has the Orb of Venom, as well as boots. He's got boots of his own. He's going to turn himself into bear form. Bottom lane, gank onto Guanzo. Incarnate trying to chase. Chicken MC has no mana, unfortunately, so Guanzo should be able to get away pretty easily here, yeah. Now they're going to be aggressive top lane. There's going to be a Fissure onto Jamie D. He's going to throw a Tombstone. It's going to be a nice Light Striker array, and the Dragon Slave as well is going to take the kill with Eosin getting it with that bear. Nice aggression, realizing that Incarnate was not there to help them out, and they were able to just take that hero no problem. So, nice pickup for Eosin +4. Chicken MC is going to go back to base and just try to regen, as you can see. Call down going in the mid lane. It's going to hit once on a Kobo Cha, but he'll be able to get away just fine. No Rocket Barrage going to hit him as well, so just trying to be aggressive, and Orbit does a good job of that. He's going to go for Phase Boots. Pretty standard build right now on the Gyro Cup. You see that a lot. TP coming into the bottom lane right now. Guanzo. Pretty much, he's got enough mana to surge plenty of times, so it's going to be tough to get that Darkseer kill. And Incarnate actually sitting on pretty decent amount of farm. He's got his Phase Boots finished up. 396 gold in the bank right now. Sitting at not too much health, however, so I'm trying to get that Infest going, and once he can get that regen back up to full, potentially Orbit looking for the rune, 8-minute rune. It is an illusion, excuse me. Lopert as well as Jamie D. They're going to roam through, and they're going to put up a ward here. They have smoke. They're not going to smoke mid or anything like that. Rorgak roaming back. Might be trying to set up a gank mid or bottom. We'll see. Chicken MC up at the tower right now. He's going to throw a static remnant and just push this creep wave a little bit. Kobo Cha, almost 2,000 gold right now. He almost has his bots. So he can potentially be all over the place pretty soon, assuming he doesn't get ganked. Which should be a mission, I think, of my intent, just to stop his farm. Make sure those bots are not the 9-minute bots that you see so commonly. And it will probably be right around 9 minutes, so we'll see what does happen. Bear with Phase Boots. Gonna get attacked. Eosin sitting at 257 gold. Looking at the graphs once again. 1,500 in experience right now for Eosin. Almost 1,000 in gold right now, so they're starting to, widen their lead just a little bit, but still rather early, only 9 minutes into the game. I mean, this game could potentially go long, so we'll have to see what does happen. There's the bots. Finish up for the Tinker. They're going to fly out right now. 2 into March, so once he gets that maxed out, they'll be pushing like machines. No pun intended. I swear. I didn't mean it. Yes, Josephine, what's your question? Ask me and I will answer. Top lane. Incarnate. Actually getting an Orb of Venom, which provides a little bit more harass damage. It's always nice to have. And Guanzo is going to go for Headdress. Looks like it's going to be an early mech. Darkseers tend to be good at doing that. Just barely missing that last hit. 50 last hits for the Tinker right now, so he's doing pretty well for himself. And he didn't even go for March or anything like that early on. He's just been getting it just with his right clicks. Sentry Ward right here. Not going to spot them out. Infest's going to fly for Incarnate. He's going to take down a Centaur Warcon, or Chief. Looking at levels real quick right now. Rorgak's actually the lowest in levels, but he's not too far behind. And meanwhile, there's 9 for Chicken MC right now. And this is a pretty long laning phase right now. I'm surprised that they haven't really started fighting. Guanzo's just going to try to get his wall early on. I think MYI probably needs to be a little bit more aggressive here and just force fights. And Chicken MC will go on Guanzo right now. He's going to try to slow him. It's going to be Illuminate flying. He's going to barely hit. Trying to block him. Guanzo may go down. Nice vacuum, but should get the kill. Yes, in fact, does. Chicken MC will pick it up. So a nice gank coming in there. Meanwhile, Orbit getting the kill on the Earthshaker with, of course, his call down. Missed that one just barely. Bear tanking some damage. Eosin trying to be aggressive. He's got Tranquil Boots. He's not really concerned about the change to it. You can see the 60 seconds there for the cooldown. Oops. Boots for Lina right now. And just wards, I'm assuming. TPing top right now. They're going to try to be aggressive up here. I don't know if Orbit saw that or not. It doesn't matter. Orbit's rather low. They're going to try to fight up here. Incarnate taking a lot of damage. He's going to rage out. Tombstone does go down. Nice Orb will keep him alive for a little bit longer. Incarnate's rather speedy. Here comes the Tinker coming in right now. Open wounds on the bear. Nice job there, but the rocket's flying out, doing some damage. Will they dive is the question. They want these kills. Jamie D, Decay. They might pay for this. Jamie D just trying to sit. Just do some damage. Blazers will go. Eosin, his bear's going to get recreated there, and the dive pays off for them, so... I think Jamie D went a little too far in the woods there. He maybe needed to stay near that tower, but then again, the bear was going to tank that up anyway. So, nice dive coming out from Eosin +4. Meanwhile, Guanza going in, Chicken MC. There's the pull coming in. He's going to just try to get back right now. Realize he's got no mana. He's got no health. Chicken MC going to get vacuum back. And the kill. Nice kill coming in. Tinker getting it with his rockets, I believe. Nice job. Bear going to try to get back. So, a lot of action, 6-6. Experience graph is back to even. Gold is also back to even, so relatively even early on, but we'll have to see. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty even. I don't know who would out-carry who. Then again, oh, Orbit, he can't stop that TP, so nice TP from Rorgak there. They do have this warded, and I think they pinged that out. But the bots is really going to be the defining factor, I think. The Tinker just TPing around. We already saw it a little bit from the side of Eosin +4. They've been, you know, getting him involved in some kills, some dives, essentially, and it's been working well. So, and he can be pretty much anywhere. It just takes him a few seconds. Meanwhile, Incarnate, he's going to rage up. Open wounds going on to Guanzo. He's going to surge himself away. Is there a pull? Yes, there is. Here comes the Tinker coming in on the backside, though, with that TP. Guanzo, nice wall, going to fly in. Incarnate taking a lot of damage right now. Laser's going to go. This might be a double kill. There's one. Kopchka wants another one. Chicken MC might get it. And he's going to actually have to channel. It's just too long for a channel, and Chicken MC will have his friends help out. That is a long-range missile. However, will not do anything. Nice wall coming out from that Darkseer. Getting the kill on Incarnate. Nice job there. So, they're going to try to pressure this. I'm surprised. No towers have been taken yet. 13 minutes of the game with, I mean, there's plenty of counter push on both sides of the map here. You've got the Illuminate in one lane. I mean, you've got the March Machines, you've got the Darkseer with their pushing potential, or their counter pushing potential, I should say. The Static Remnant and, of course, Rocket Barrage, or excuse me, Flat Cannon do a good job of counter pushing anyway. So, these towers, they're not going down, but here's a dive from the Spirit Bear going way far on low perk. Laser and the Rocket's doing enough for that kill. Nice job there from the Tinker. Just dives right past this tower, not even afraid. Just going to TP right onto that Spirit Bear. The tower's still not getting taken, however, waiting for the creep wave. So, Kodal not available for 12 seconds, and maybe this is the time they go for a push. There is, of course, a fortification available. And they don't even need to use it, actually. So they're in a good position right now. They just keep defending their towers. They're doing well for themselves. Orbit going to pick up an Illusion Rune. He's also going for BKB, as you can see. He'll head to the mid lane. It's pretty speedy with those phase boots. Let's travel. We're done. 2,000 gold in the bank as well. Might go for a quick Scythe or Force Staff or something like that. We'll see. Eosin, 796 gold as well. Going for Armlet up on that Spirit Bear. So nice for regen. Has a little bit of damage as well. Incarnate trying to kill him. That bear is pretty damn tanky though. Meanwhile, Gengar and Guanzo in the bottom lane. Chicken MC looking for it. He's got to back up though. There's a Fisher. Vacuum back in as well. He's got a Ball Lightning the way he does. And will he get out of here is the question. He's got to go up onto the high ground. Nice juke coming out from them. I think they knew that was going to happen, but they couldn't really do anything about it. Orbit doing a nice bit of damage here in the mid lane with those Illusion Runes. Marching the Machines will push this back. Not in deny range, however. Top lane, Jamie D. They're thinking about going on Eosin. He's here alone. Orbit's going to roam up here as well. And Eosin will back off smartly. They actually have no wards on the river. They do have this ward here in the mid lane, so they might have seen that. And finally, the bottom tower will go down. Guanzo taking that one. Well, helping take it, I should say. Blink Dagger purchased up for the Tinker right now, so that's what he decided to go in terms of items. Phase Boots are done. He's going to go for an Armlet. Meanwhile, Eosin getting ganked right now, trying to get out. Call down will hit at least once. Meanwhile, Laser on the backside. Tinker's going to get a kill. There's a Fisher going in as well. Orbit Still chasing. Lopert cannot stay too long. He's got a TP. He can use it if necessary. Incarnate will get the kill on Eosin, so they get one out of this. Ham Sandwich might be next. Orbit's going to try to TP. Light Strike Array, maybe. Yes, in time. Orbit does get his TP canceled there. In some trouble now. They'll back off, but no follow-up coming in from the side of Eosin +4. 1-for-1 trade, but getting that kill on Eosin, huge. Deny that bear some more farm. That's exactly what you need, but really right now, 04, or Kopchka as he's called in this game, is really playing exceptionally well. I mean, he's in almost every fight, it seems like. He's there for the ganks. He's getting the kills. He's sitting at 4-0-2. His farm is excellent right now. He's got his BOTs. He's got his blink as well. Orbit will continue to push. Ham is here. Still sitting on boots. Saving up for Arcanes, I'd have to imagine. Incarnate. Gonna finish up that armlet off. Items right now. Perseverance done for Chicken MC right now. Could be a Bloodstone. He's already got the energy booster as well. Already talked about the BKB for Orbit. Armlet. Blink. We already talked about the Tinker. Mech is done for the Darkseer right now. That's something that's going to take Lopert a little bit more time to finish. And they're going to go mid and try to defend this. There is Eosin here with the bear. Of course, Lina is here as well. On the backside, you do see Guanzo. He's got his wall, level 2 wall. So this might be the initiation they're looking for. Staying pretty far back is Jamie D and Lopert, though, so they're not going to make a mistake here. I want to remind you guys, if you'd like to watch this in game, you can go to the Teams tab, I believe, in the Community tab, and you can find my intent and Eosin +4, I believe, and you could watch it through there, or if you have me on, or any of the players on the friends list, you can watch it. My mic's on in game if you want to listen. If you don't, you can turn it off. I'd like to give a big shout out to Alienware for putting this together. Alienware Arena, always fun to watch. Jamie D going out way out in front, and they're just going to die from there. Nice Fisher coming in as well. Illuminate's going to do some damage. Laser as well as the rocket. Too much damage. The blind, not enough to save his life. Meanwhile, Chicken MC on the backside is going to clean up Lina quickly. Guanzo's going to get open wounds. Chicken MC doing some damage. There's the wall. Call down is going as well. Guanzo's going to try to get out. Won't happen though. Oh, Echo Slam doing some damage. They're going to get the kill on Gyrocopter. Incarnate now in some trouble as well. 2-for-2 trade. Nice and fast. Chicken MC looking to get out. Eosin not taking too much damage. Went and did damage to the bear. Chicken MC getting stunned there a little bit. TP coming in again from the Tinker. Incarnate trying to get out. He does get ensnared though. Incarnate might be in some trouble. Kopchka just going to go around and Incarnate is dead. 3-for-2 trade. Nice pickup there. And they're going to take the tower as well. There's going to be a fortification, but they should be able to take this. Very nice wall replica right in those trees. Did a nice bit of damage. I actually didn't see where Rourke back Echo Slam, but he was right in there and he did quite a bit of damage. So good stuff. Checking out the graph right after that fight. 1,500 experience. Well, that dropped pretty swiftly. And then gold 2,000 now when they did take that tower. So Eosin +4, they're playing pretty exceptionally. They've got a 2-kill advantage. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're playing aggressively, they're pushing, they're getting kills, they're getting dives on heroes that would normally just counter-push them to death, essentially, like the Kodal, for example. And the Tinker's been playing out of his mind. And he's sitting at 2,000 gold once again. He's already got that Blink Dagger finished up. Will he go for Force Staff? I don't think so. Probably... I want to say he's going to go for a Scythe, but I could potentially be wrong. He does pick up that Ultimate Orb, so it looks like he will go for that Scythe. Illuminate doing its counter push, but this creep wave's too big. Tower is going to go down. Top lane, Lina's going to get the kill. That's some more money for Ham, who has not had a lot of it, actually, in this game. He's got 1450, and there's the Arcane Boots and a TP, so now he can afford to get those wards and stuff like that, so we'll see. Blink coming out from the Tinker, just pushing this lane a little bit. Chicken MC sitting on a decent amount of farm as well. 93 last hits for him. Gonna finish up that Bloodstone pretty soon. 98 for the Gyro. So, BKB's almost done for him. Carney. He's almost got that armlet. He needs that Helm of Iron Will, which of course he's only a few hundred gold away from. Everybody right around mid right now for the side of Eosin +4. They're actually getting denied this tier 1 mid, so very nice.
Dire's middle tower has been,
and they're going to jump into Roche, and Orbit should see this, and he's actually going to get picked off here. Nice long-range Fisher coming out from Rorgak, just barely. Vacuum misses. Orbit's going to try to TP out. I don't think he'll be able to make it here. Yep, there's going to be the Enchant Totem just in time from Rorgak. Nice job there. So they're going to be able to take this Roshan, and there's not really anything MYI can do without that Gyrocopter. Don't think he's got a buyback available. He might. He does, actually, but I don't think he's going to use it. Armlet's done for this Spirit Bear right now, doing quite a bit of damage. Of course, Guanzo's here as well. Rorgak. Light Strike Array. And Tinker's going to pressure the top lane in the meantime. Thank you, Spitwad. And Chicken MC does finish up his Bloodstone, so he's got plenty of mana regen right now. There goes the Aegis up onto Eosin right now. Smart pickup for him. Obviously, it's an Aegis, so Aegis, however you want to pronounce it. Jamie D getting chased after Spirit Bearer, and of course the Tinker looking for a fight here. Tombstone's going to go down. There's the Rockets. Long range. Illuminate's going to fly, hit up Eosin. Blind going through as well. That's going to wear off in just a moment here. Pole's going to come in on that Spirit Bear. They want to get that bear down, but that's a tough task. Meanwhile, it's going to be the open wounds going in. Chicken MC wants that pole or just the damage. They do get the kill on the Tinker. He's going to buy right back. There's going to be a vacuum coming in. Wall not hitting anybody. Call down going as well. There's the Laguna Blade. Incarnate going to try to get out. Nice Echo Slam only onto Incarnate, so he will fall down as well. Rocket Barrage doing quite a bit of damage to that bear, and they're going to pick up a kill on Ham as well. So they're going to dive real far for this. Taking some more rockets. Orbit close to going down. Bear as well. There's the laser. Not going to get the kill. Eosin should use that Aegis. There it goes. But nice fight for them taking down Incarnate. The wall not really doing a whole lot there. And the vacuum as well. Rorgak only using that Echo Slam to get the kill on Incarnate. So NY in potentially a bad position come out pretty well with that fight. I mean, they had a Tinker buy back immediately into that fight just so he can get to the fight. So now Tinker, of course, not where he was before in terms of farm just because of that buyback. 4,000 experience now going for Eosin after the Roche and that fight. 5,000 in gold. They're looking good. Items. Actually, want to check net worth real quick. Yeah, Tinker's leading the way in net worth. And that's not a huge surprise, I don't think, to anybody. Eosin sitting at 8,000, almost 9,000. And then 7,000 for Chicken MC on the Storm Spirit. And 6,200 for Orbit right now. So Incarnate needs to get up there a little bit more, but he'll get there in time. He should have his armlet done. In fact, it is. He's got that Orb of Venom as well. Top lane, they're going to farm up here in the jungle. Just try to get to that Mystic Staff a little bit quicker, as well as that Voidstone. Bottom lane gang coming in. Eosin taking some damage. Rorgak's going to fly with that Fisher. Chicken MC needs to get out right now. Vlad's up on the Lone Druid, by the way. And he's got a Bloodstone, so he could just keep Ball Lightning back to the base, essentially. But now there's going to be some defense coming out from My Intent. And there's 3 here, I believe. The 4th rotating down through. And they're going to try to fight this, I think, from My Intent. There's going to be the next bomb flying in. Pole going in on somebody. Eosin will be the choice here. Chicken MC, rooted, taking a lot of damage. Nice blind. Doesn't matter. Rorgak's going to get that kill with that Fisher. Eosin will go down, however. Jamie D's going to pick it up. 2-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, roaming through. Lena's here. Tigger actually TP'd back to base in the meantime. He'll push top as well, so he's going to throw up that march. So they're gonna just try to push these towers here, the tier 2s, and it doesn't look like there's gonna be a rotation coming up from My Intent. Now there will be. TPing through his Chicken MC is gonna try to stop this, and now they're gonna try to stop the pressure here mid. Incarnate is here. Gonna look for some aggression, maybe on Guanzo. He's doing some damage, as you can see. And bottom lane, they want this tier 1 tower. They can't get it. The only tier 1 they've gotten was denied, which was in the mid lane, as you can see. Long range pull coming in onto Ham Sandwich. This should be a kill for sure. Chicken MC will pick it up. Yeah, it's so much mana. And it's level 2, so it's almost level 3 as well. Guanzo in the bottom jungle farming. Does have that cloak finished up. Jamie D, not sitting a whole lot. He's going to be getting that urn. Let's check out items. So we already talked about the Bloodstone Vlads. We already talked about on Eosin. He's going to be building towards, Tinker I should say, is going to be building towards that Scythe. Hood is up for Guanzo right now. And Mech's done for Lopert, so they've got that going. Orbit also has his BKB, and they're looking to fight. And Viz up on the Storm Spirit. They're going to try to jump on this. Fisher's going to go for Rorgak. Light Strike Ray as well. Nice Echo Slam and Vacuum. Rorgak will immediately a brilliant one. Tinker's going to take some damage. Nice Illuminate going out as well. Chicken MC is going to get lasered, trying to get out. He looks like he's in some trouble. They're going to try to get Rorgak. 3 for 2 so far. Fast fight. Incarnate's going to go down next. There's no help from him right now. Lopert has to actually back off, and he does very quickly. Illuminate doing some damage, but he needs help, and he doesn't have any. So he actually has no mana to TP right now. He might get dove, and doesn't look like it's going to happen. So Eosin will back off. But still, nice fight for Eosin +4. They lose 2. Rorgak going down to the very end of that fight, but he had a nice vacuum Echo Slam to start things off there, and just a lot of damage flying out. I don't even know if they used the BKB for the Gyrocopter. They did not, so Very good fight for Eosin +4. They're going to push the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. Sitting still right around 5,000 golden experience, but still dropping. Long-range pull going on. Eosin's got to try to get the kill here. Nice mech going out from Guanzo. Chicken MC is going to back off. It's a K flying out. Eosin taking some damage from that, but Chicken MC wanted that kill, but Guanzo was there with the mech. And Eosin transformed into his bear form immediately, so no harm done there. I want to remind you that this is a best-of-3 series. Score 17-19, doesn't have any signs of letting up anytime soon. It's game number 1. Chicken MC will roam through to the mid lane, just try to pick up some farm real quick. And they want this tier 2 tower. You can see they're all roaming down here again, and after that fight, I don't blame them. And everything's going to be off cooldown in just a moment. 34 seconds right now for Echo Slam, and then it'll be up. And Tigger's going to TP back to base, continuing to get farm. Scythe is done, by the way. And bottom lane. Illuminate. Going to clear that creep wave pretty easily, but I don't think they care. Fish is going to fly, not hitting anything. Carnate's going to TP in. Recall going as well from Chicken MC, so Tigger was actually pushing top back. And now they're going to look for some fighting here. They're going to maybe see a jump coming in from... Yep, there it goes. Next bomb going to fly out in just a second. Needs another ball lightning. There it goes. Guanzo going to get pulled right now. There's the infest. Guanzo might be in some trouble. Maybe a mech. There it goes. Fisher does block him over. Wall vacuum not hitting anybody except for Loper right now. Eosin taking damage from that tombstone. Taking a lot of it, by the way. Illuminate not hitting him. He's going to try to TP out. Echo Slam going. There's the blind call down. Doesn't matter. TP does get him out of there in time. There's the laser. Meanwhile, Incarnate trying to survive. BKB's going. Bear taking a bit of damage. Doesn't matter. Tinker going to get pulled right now from Chicken MC. They want this kill. They should be able to get it. There's no way he's going to be able to survive this one. Lopert will pick up the kill. So my intent, turn around. They pick up 2 big kills. They lose nobody there. They could have got Eosin. They just didn't have enough damage to get it done. But now they're going to be able to push this tier 1. They should be able to get this. Not 100% sure, however.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Fortification is available. Bear's just going to come right back out. They want to defend this. Carnate's going to TP mid. Going for Mithril Hammer. Maybe a Desolator. And this tower does not go down, so... Surprise, surprise. This is the problem for my intent. You've got no tier 1s on the map, but there are 2 tier 1s left for your opponent. So there's a lot of gold remaining in those towers, and this one's actually in deny range, so they're going to deny this if Guanzo notices, which he should. And Eosin back to fighting in the bottom lane. They're going to just try to push through here. Roche is up in about 3.5 minutes. So that'll be something to keep our eyes on. Lopert ready to push this back with an Illuminate. Top lane. Chicken MC going on Guanzo. Has a mech available. Guanzo can't really fight him, but he'll get help from the Tinker. And now Mike will just get out of there, realizing he can't really fight this, so... Alright, looking at the graphs again. It was at 7,500 at one point for Eosin, but it's gone back to 5,000 now. It's still a long ways away if you're on MYI. 7,500 for gold, however, so that's a big number. Bear is chasing after a couple people here in the jungle. Orbit will back off. Orbit getting a Morbid Mask, will probably pick up that Helmet of the Dominator next. It will be a Desolator for Incarnate. Perhaps a BKB for Chicken MC. Bear taking some damage. Eosin's down here. He might potentially be a ganking target here. Eosin's just going to go right in man mode, and they're actually going to get the Tinker to come in as well with some backup. He'll cancel, so they're not going to be aggressive. That would have been a little dangerous, I think, so... BKB is done for the Gyrocopter. He does have that available. It's 9 seconds, so he's only used it once, which is in that fight down right around here in the bottom lane. TP coming in from Eosin and the Bear. They want to fight this right now. Here comes the Tinker trying to go on Jamie D. He's hexed up. Entangle as well. He's going to go down first. Laser getting the kill. Illuminate's going to fly, but it's not going to matter. They're all going to TP out and run away. So, nice gank coming in. Nope. Chicken MC says, no, I want this kill. And Eosin right now, Rocket Barrage coming in. He's tanky, but he's not that tanky. He's going to take some more damage. There should be no way he should survive from this, and he won't. Incarnate will pick up the kill. And that'll provide him some nice experience in gold. So Tinker kind of just left him hanging. He's like, whatever. Tinker will deny that top tower, which I was talking about, by the way. Guanzo getting pinged out. He does have that pipe finished. Rosh up in just a few seconds. They're sitting right around it. They should have the timer. Check out net worth right now. So Sinker's still far away in the lead at 14,000. Oh, jumping. Way long range, and Ham Sandwich will get obliterated, unfortunately. They're going to jump into the Rosh pit right now and try to take this, and they should be able to, unless Eosin, no, he has no buyback. He's not alive for another 25 seconds. They can, like, you know, wall, vacuum, Echo Slam, which I think is what they want to do right now. Tinker will TP back, and they need to take this a little bit quicker. I mean, they can potentially win this fight with all those abilities up. But Chicken MC is going to say no right now. Rorgak taking a bit of damage. There's going to be, of course, mech pipe as well. Rorgak taking some damage. He's going to go down first. Guanzo maybe next right now. Excuse me, open wounds. And Tinker was on the backside. Sitting right up here on his perch, but he actually TP'd out and trying to get some mana real quick. And he'll head back to the tier 2 tower. And they want this Rosh. Still not that low right now, and just because they don't have Rorgak doesn't mean they can't fight, and they want to fight right now. There's actually a tombstone up here on the high ground. Guanzo's roaming in, Jamie D getting out. Everybody's out right now for the side of my intent. Tinker wants to come in right now. They're all going to chase. Hex is up on, of course, Incarnate on the backside. They're going to try to focus in. Vacuum. Pull going in at the Tinker right now. There's the wall. Light Strike right hitting as well. Mike gets out, leaving Incarnate. There's going to be Entangle. Incarnate's in some trouble right now. He'll go down next. Eosin's going to get that kill. Incarnate will buy back immediately. TP coming in from the Tinker. Scythe going on a Chicken MC right now. He's got no mana, cannot regen. Tinker, excuse me, Chicken MC trying to get out, but he can't. And Eosin will pick up another kill. That's a double kill for him. He's going to continue to chase right now. Orbit, he's got his call down. There's a nice vacuum coming in. Needs more damage. He's hexed up again. And a triple kill for Eosin, but the hexes are there for the Tinker. Just so many hexes, it's unbelievable. He's going to TP back as well. 0-4, doing work, and Lopert might be next right now. There's going to be the Enchant Totem Blink coming in. He will go down. And Eosin +4. They knew they could fight. They went into the Rosh pit. They forced one. The hex is coming out from the Tinker just so strong. And they're going to take this Aegis as well. Rosh sitting at half-life. Which is a good game, by the way. And now 13,000 for both the Lone Druid as well as the Tinker, so... Levels pretty even, so...
Roshan has fallen.
Aegis will be picked up by Eosin. He's got Vlad's, he's got his Aegis. What else does he have on the bear, if anything? Maelstrom, which we saw a while ago, and the Armlet, which we already talked about. TP coming in, Incarnate. He's going to infest, but the Marksman Machine's doing quite a bit of damage. Desolator's finished up on him. In that last fight, that was a rough fight for them. They were looking good for, you know, getting those pickoffs, but as soon as Eosin came running with that bear, and the Tinker came in with that Scythe, he just went to town, and now he's got plenty of farm with it too, so... So he's got that Aegis for, I'd say, probably until about 39. Or if he dies earlier, then, well, you know. Rorgak sitting on 1,000 gold himself, with a blink as well. And this Tinker, what are you going to get next? Ghost Scepter, okay. So he's going to avoid a lot of that right-click damage coming out from not only Gyro, but also from the Nakes as well. And Incarnate, we already talked about that Desolator finish up. So now is the time for Eosin to play a little bit more aggressively. And I mean, they've already been doing it throughout the entire game, but they have that Aegis, they've got the Hex up on the Tinker, and now they're just going to go to town. They're one item ahead, I think, for each of their heroes in terms of the farm. There is this Bloodstone. There's going to be a BKB for the Storm Spirit as well, which would be nice to have. Orbit, we already talked about the BKB and the Helm of the Dominator, which provides that lifesteal as well as, of course, just a little bit of extra damage, but... So this is game number 1. It's a best-of-3 series, so keep that in mind right now. Eosin +4, they're in the driver's seat. They've got a nice, cushy lead, almost 10,000 for experience. Gold already at 10,000. It's a little bit of a lead right there, but certainly not insurmountable. And MYI will do all in their power to try to get back into this game. And they had plenty of fighting potential, just that one Rosh fight. I guess you really can't call it a Rosh fight. It was more like chase them out of Rosh and then chase them back to their own jungle here, but... They're going to go for a push bottom. The Eosin +4 will. Illuminate flying out. Fortification as well. They're going to try to defend this. Everybody in position here for Eosin +4. They might just jump on this as soon as possible. There's going to be a Tombstone. Lone Druid getting the kill in the tower. Meanwhile, Infest going in. They want the kill in the Tinker right now. Light Striker Ray is going to fly immediately. Chicken MC is alone here. As you can see, everybody's grouped up right now. Wall is going to go out. There's going to be the call down. Tinker taking a lot of the damage. There's going to be, of course, the Echo Slam as well. Call down doing a lot of damage to Rorgak. Eosin getting a kill, of course, on the Dirge right now. Double kill coming out for the side of Loper, but Incarnate will fall down as well. So 2-for-2 trade. Meanwhile, on the backside, actually going to pick up another kill here. Aegis is going to go for Eosin. He's alone right now. So technically 4 have gone down, but it doesn't matter. There's going to be a Fissure going in. Chicken MC with the pull, but he's too tanky. Guanzo, Vacuum, there he goes. Eosin's still alone. Chicken MC is going to try to back off Rorgak with the Enchant Totem. Orbit will fall down next. Lopert, he's getting focused. He's going to go down. They're just fighting too long. They should have just backed off. And Chicken MC, he needs to get out, but can he is the question. Guanzo with Vacuum in 8. Nice Fissure. Chicken MC might fall. No, the ball lightning, and they're not going to dive this. No, he will. Rorgak wants the kill. Enchant. Yes, he's going to pick it up. Double kill for Rorgak. Oh, the dive. Oh, the dive. And Rorgak will TP out. And they're going to go for a tier 3. And this shit actually is easily the tier 3, maybe even Rax at this point. So they already used the fort for the tier 2 tower. And they had a nice fight. They turned everything around there. They got the Aegis. They got a few kills, but they should have backed off that after that. But the Fissure from Rorgak was insane, just blocking them in. So even if they wanted to back off, they had to fight against Eosin. And that blink coming out from Rorgak. Oh my gosh. With the enchant. Too good.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
So they'll take the Rax, and that's a big pickup for them. Eosin +4, they're really in the driver's seat. Using that Aegis effectively. Nice team fighting. 12,000 experience now going for Eosin +4. 12,000 in gold as well. They'll take the tier 2. Manually going. They want to chase after Eosin. He's going to get pulled. Open wounds as well. He's so tanky, and they need a stun right now. They have no disable. It looks like blind is not going to stop him, however. Nice job from Eosin. I mean, he's got 2,500. And his bear is also pretty tanky because of that armor. Basher's done on the bear. As you can see, just showed up there. And we'll push out the top lane. 3 bracers. Yes. I gotta say, this has been a pretty entertaining game. It's been really fun. Javelin done for Gyrocopter. Probably gonna be MKB, I'd imagine. I'm very surprised to see otherwise. Rocket Barrage. It's not doing a whole lot. Looking at the net worth real quick. 18,000 for Eosin. This is exactly what they wanted. They wanted their carry to overtake that Tinker, who's been playing exceptionally well. Rorgak as well. Oh, they're X's now for illusions. That's pretty sweet. That really helps, actually. Or the black X's. I mean, that's what I meant. BKB is finished up for Chicken MC right now, so he is fighting fit, sitting at 11,000 in terms of net worth. He's actually the highest amongst his team. Orbit's going to take this down with flat cannon, but getting dangerously close to that bear. Looking at buyback status. 3 heroes with buyback, all on Eosin +4's team. The Tinker, the Earthshaker, and the Darkseer. Pipe is going to get popped. They're going to go for this tower right now. Looking to fight. Everybody's spread out on the side of MY, so they're not going to defend this tier 2. It's going to go down immediately. And if Eosin +4 wins the next fight, they've got a good chance at taking this game. And MYI, they're desperately looking for a turnaround, and they can get it. With the heroes they've got, they can get it done. It's going to be tough, though, just with how tanky Eosin is. I mean, he can dish out the damage with his bear now. Meanwhile, Chicken MC not in the best place, but he'll ball lighting up, and he should be okay. He's got a TP scroll. TP actually coming in from Tinker right now. Tinker,
over here now.
Not going to go for the kill on Chicken MC. Chicken MC is going to use all his mana just to get back to base, but not a big deal there. Recall coming in, I believe, on Chicken MC, but not really necessary. That's okay. Rosh up in about 4.5 minutes. Bloodstone. Quarterstaff. Someone had him in my friends list. Yeah, there we go. 4,200 gold for the Tinker. Just saving for buyback right now. Probably get another big item soon. He's just going through. He's going through the jungle, just marching every so often. He's getting plenty of last hits from it as well. So, and he can do that, and that'll give him even more farm. He's gonna buy up another ultimate orb. Potentially a Manta style. Or Lincoln's. I don't think he's going to go Scotty, but there's always a possibility. So he actually put all of his items on his person. The bear... Nope, never mind. He actually bought a basher of his own. Okay, never mind. Alright, guys. Crisis averted. Eosin, he's got some farm. He's got that Hyperstone finish up on his bear as well, so very close to Mjolnir, too. Unless he wants to just keep that Maelstrom and build into an AC, which, at this point, I don't see why he would do that. I don't think he will do that, so... And Guanzo's going to surge and potentially look for some last hits in the mid lane. 20,000 net worth right now for Eosin, 18,000 for the Tinker, 14,000 of course for the Dark Seer, 15,000 experience and dropping or climbing if you're on Eosin, and 20,000 in gold. So MYI, what they need to do, they need to get Incarnate a little bit more farmed. He's got the Desolator, he's got the Armlet, but he hasn't had a whole lot since then. Chicken MC's getting some nice farm as well. Orbit, he's getting a lot of farm here, I think. With that Javelin, he's going to pick up another one and probably get a Demon Edge when he can get the money, if he can get the money for it. They're going to push in the bottom, just push this in and just make it so that you have to choose between either defending the base or from Mega Creeps or defending from a push from the opposing team. And Eosin +4 is going to do this, I think, until Rosh is up again. They're going to go take that Rosh. They have the map control, essentially, and then they're going to try to push to end with that Aegis up on Eosin. So
Double damage.
they're playing very methodically, very strategically, in a very nice manner, but the more time they give to Orbit, the more damage he could potentially dish out, and he absolutely can. So, and not just him, but the rest of his team as well. I mean, they're in a good position. They're going to smoke up. They're actually going to head to Rosh because they know that time is now. Rosh is up in about a few seconds here. And Guanzo sitting around in the jungle. They have complete vision here. There's no Sentry Wars, it looks like. Ham is actually going to go through the jungle here and probably throw a ward down. Yeah, he will, but they smoked up, so... They're actually looking in the jungle right now. They're drawing in the jungle, but I think they know that Rosh is up. They should have the Rosh timer here. And Eosin's just waiting inside the pit, as you can see. And they'll take Rosh down real quick. And MYI is sort of indecisive right now. They can't figure out what to do. Base is getting pushed in the meantime. All lanes are pushed in here, as you can see.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they want this Rosh. Eosin +4 will probably get it here, as you can see. Everybody's backing up for MYI. So smoke doesn't accomplish a whole lot. And I'm surprised they didn't go straight for that Rosh pit. At the same time, of course, it'd be tough to contest that fight. I mean, especially with Echo Slam, with Wall fighting into that. On top of the fact that you have a Tinker and a Bear, both really farmed. I mean, it's something that's really difficult. Cheese is available. Who will they give it to is the question. I think they want to give it to Tinker. Probably TP back home. Just wait. I assume we'll keep the Bear around. Nope, Guanzo's going to pick up the Cheese. Okay, but he could trade it. It's an option. Eosin will head up to the top lane right now. He's got the Aegis on his person. And Tinker will join him, try and push the top lane. So they'll split push mid and top right now and look to fight. Oh, that Dragon Slave looks so cool on the ground. And they're all going to go mid right now. Looking for Chicken MC to jump in here.
Here I am.
So they're just going to slow push this and just siege this. They have the Bear. They're going to wait for the next creep wave. Tinker will TP back home. He'll get back in just a moment there. Rorgak with that blink. Just looking for an Echo Slam, looking for a vacuum, looking for a wall. Pipe's gone. They're going to look to push here now. Illuminate's going to fly real quick, and it's going to deal a lot of that pipe damage, but there is, of course, this fortification available, and they will pop it right now. Jamie D taking a lot of damage from the March right now, and the Rocket's going to fly as well. Bear's going to go. Oh, back up. Meanwhile, there's the Nake's Bomb going in. They want to pick off Jamie D. He's out, or excuse me, Ham Sandwich. TP coming in. It's going to be Light Strike Array. There's going to be the cooldown as well. Wall's going to go, taking some damage. Lopert taking a lot of it. Bear dealing some damage. Meanwhile, they're going to chase. Chicken MC, BKB popped. Orbit already used his. There's going to be Rocket Barrage and Guanzo. They want to keep going. Blind's going to go. Orbit going to get hexed up next. Bear's kind of low. Rorgak is going to use his Enchant Totem. Bear's going to actually go down relatively soon. They want to get that kill, and Chicken MC will get it. Eosin still has that Aegis, really tanky as well. Can recreate his Bear, will do so. Orbit now in some trouble. He's going to back off. Lopert might be next. There's the Bash proc going in as well. The Maelstrom. Chicken MC. Rocket's going to get the kill on the Keeper of the Light. Trying to get out. Big Echo Slam coming in, and Eosin will get another kill. There's a double kill for Eosin. Incarnate in some trouble. Buyback's going to happen right now. They're still trying to fight. Eosin taking a lot of damage from that rocket barrage. Eosin and his Aegis might go down, but it doesn't matter. Nice mech coming in orbit. Very low Chicken MC as well. Calldown's going to go. Incarnate back to fighting fit. Eosin still has that Aegis available. Bear's going to go to town on Incarnate with that Entangle going as well. Guanzo looking for a vacuum. Hex. There it goes. Incarnate's going to get hex up. There's going to be the laser. Incarnate looks like he might go down next. Chicken MC wants a pull, wants something. Bear is going to be down here for quite a bit of time. 77 seconds. Doesn't matter. It's actually still alive somehow. There it goes. Bear does go down. They want this tier 3. Incarnate not alive. Double kill going in for the Tinker. They're diving pretty far right now. And this is a big fight for them. They've gotten so many kills, lost pretty much nobody here. They're going to take Raxus or try to right now. Flat Cannon doing some damage. Doesn't matter. Not really scared. Guanzo should be, but it doesn't matter. Eosin was thinking about diving. Doesn't have that Bear. Doesn't have that Entangle proc. Not for another 53 seconds anyways. Doesn't matter. Second set of Raxus are going to go down. Here's the call down. Well, wait. Tinker's going to get taking some damage. Rocket Barrage. He's got his Ghost Scepter going right now. Rearming. Eosin taking some damage from that Illuminate. Marks the Machines. Rocket Barrage still going. Ghost Scepter as well. Lincoln Sphere down on him. There's going to be the Hex up on Jamie D. 2. Lopert and Jamie D getting hexed up, but they'll survive, and they'll back off right now. They will not take that ranged Rax, but it doesn't matter. Huge fight for Eosin +4. 30,000 experience after said fight. 25,000 in gold. They're looking strong, and MY played a fantastic game, but after that fight, it is looking more and more grim as the time goes on. So Orbit does have that MKB. He was doing quite a bit of damage, and it looked pretty good at one point for MY during that fight, but the hexes were on point. I mean, they just had so much lockdown. Then Rorgat came in immediately with that Echo Slam and just did so much damage, allowing Eosin to clean up for him, getting a double kill with Eosin, who does have an Abyssal Blade on himself right now. He's got the Basher on his Bear. Still no Mjolnir yet. Buyback still available for Darkseer and the Tinker, but that's it. Level 24 and 24 for the Tinker and Eosin, so almost maxed out in terms of levels, in terms of farm. He's going to get 6 slotted on both him and his Bear pretty soon if he keeps this up, so... 48 minutes, excuse me, so far into this game. MY not going to give up, nor should they. Still a chance that they can turn this around. Divine Rapier is a thing. I don't know if they'll be able to ever build to that, but it certainly is an option. And they're going to try to defend mid, not surprisingly. And push out bottom as well if they can get the chance. But now here comes the pressure in the top lane right now. Eosin and Guanzo want to go. There's the Bear. Rabid's going to go as well. Tier 3, no fortification available. Tombstone's going to fly out immediately. And Jamie D is going to get hit up by this Bear, doing a lot of damage. Sorup's going to go. Call down's going to fly. Eosin's going to take some of that damage, but not doing a whole lot next. It's going to be a wall replica. Nice vacuum going in. A lot of damage to the Illuminate as well. Tinker's very low in health right now. Big Echo Slam coming in. Double kill for Rorgak right now, and they pick up another kill with the Tinker on the backside. Buyback coming out for the Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, Laguna Blade's going to go. Chicken MC's going to fall down. Illuminate's going to fly out again, and another big Echo Slam coming in from Rorgak, and that's 2 in a row right there. Guanzo's going to take Illuminate to the face. They haven't gotten this just yet, but Orbit's actually going to come in with the Flat Cannon. But on the backside, here comes Rorgak. Vacuum Enchant actually misses because of it. Guanzo taking a lot of damage. There's the blind. Nice slice trigger right. Guanzo will fall down, however. Rorgak wants this kill. The Enchant's not going to hit. Eosin diving, taking quite a bit of damage. Doesn't matter. Nice Force Staff doesn't matter. Rockets will get the kill. And now Gyrocopter's down for 81 seconds, and they're going to pick up Loper as well. That is GG. And Eosin +4 with one of the best games I've seen them play. A 49-40 minute game. Fantastic game coming out from both teams right now. Just Eosin getting that farm and just picking off heroes later on in the game, and Rorgak setting up kills with the Echo Slam, doing quite a bit of damage. And it's been working really well for them. They're going to take, of course, the throne here real quick, and we're going to jump into game number 2 before we head out. Stick around. Such a good first game. We're going to jump into game 2 in just a moment. Thank you to Alienware and Sivo. You can check them out at alienwarearena.com and Sivo.com as well. And make sure you check out their Season 2 coming up pretty soon for Sivo. And we will jump into the game in just a moment. Thank you for joining us here on Neo Dota. My name is Maut. You can follow me at twitter.com/MautDota2 if you enjoy the cast. Any feedback would be appreciated, and we'll be back in just a second. Thanks.